Hey guys, welcome. So today we are going to do some filter changes here on my 2008 S175. This is going to be kind of a general video, kind of talk about changing filters on any vehicle, not just this skid steer. This S175 here happens to have 3 filters. We got the fuel filter, we have an oil filter here, and we have the hydraulic filter right up here. So, I mean, changing filters pretty much is a universal thing. We're gonna take them off, fill them back up with their respective fluid, and put a little bit of, something around the ring of the fluid, kind of to make that seal. So what we have to do this is we have some hydraulic fluid, we have our oil. This is going to be some 15W40, we have some gas, and we have our 500-hour parts kit here from Bobcat. So as you can see, this thing is dirty inside. We pretty much built this entire building with this since we've bought it, and we've put about 500 hours on it. It is a 2008, and right now we are experiencing an issue with a little bit of power loss. So we're gonna at least clean these lines, see what happens. When engaging the hydraulics here, we're seeming to lose a little bit of power, and it seems to continually got worse. So we're gonna start here on the fuel filter and we'll go from there. We'll then do the oil filter. We're gonna drain all the oil out of this, and then do the hydraulics. Now, specifically for this Bobcat here and any Bobcat that you're doing, I'm gonna start draining the oil first. So the fuel filter is only gonna probably take me a couple of minutes. So we don't wanna get caught up waiting for the oil to be completely drained. So let's get it. I will get some point of view shots here so that you guys can see what we got going on. Let's open up this kit. I'll show you what's inside. We're also going to be changing the air filter here, so that's going to be included. Let's check this out, make sure that we have all of our parts, get the oil drained, and then we'll start on the fuel filter and work our way up. Okay, so essentially all we're going to need for this S175 is an oil wrench, 2 wrenches to get the oil drain cap off, and our kit here for the Bobcat. If you're doing your car or something, you may need to get a fabric or a different type of oil wrench, other sockets. Luckily, Bobcat has made working on these machines pretty easy. So here we have the air filter, we have the fuel filter. Or nope, I'm sorry, this is the fuel filter. That's the oil filter. And here's the hydraulic filter. Perfecto. Awesome. So our 3 filters. What do we got here? This is just a new cap for something. Oh, this is a breather vent. I don't know if we need to even change that, but that's it. That's the 500-hour part kit from Bobcat. So let's have at it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is drain the oil and get this oil draining here so that we do not have to wait for it to drain. So I'm a little concerned with how fast it's draining out because there are over 9.5 quarts of oil in this thing, or just about, and it's coming out extremely slow. But come to later realize, and I explain later in the video, you want to warm up these machines a little bit. I warmed it up. Somebody ended up stopping at the farm, got caught up talking, and now the oil is draining out real slow because it's mid-50s out here. So we're going to let this rock out, and we're going to move on to the fuel filter. Okay, so we're ready to put the fuel filter on here. I took it off quickly. That one's easily taken off with just a regular filter wrench. So as with any time you're putting on any kind of filter, whether it be oil or fuel, you're going to fill it up to the brim there and then put it back on. So
Just gonna put this thing back on, make sure I get it nice and hand tight. I don't want to go any tighter than that because you have a good chance of putting a puncture in that thing, and then you're buying a new filter and kind of starting over. So now that this is on, I just was explaining here that you want to run the machine a little bit. Our oil is draining out extremely slow. So I got distracted. You want to warm up the machine for at least 10-15 minutes, let it get warm, and the oil is going to drain out a lot faster. So here next, I'm going to show you how to exactly purge the fuel filter. So there's a little purge on the top of the fuel filter and one at the bottom of the block there. I guess that's the bottom, not quite sure. But yeah, you're going to go unloosen that little valve up at the top to the left. You're going to unloosen the valve at the top of the fuel filter, and I'm going to pump it until it squirts out of the fuel filter. Just like that. So that's good. There's fuel in that. We're going to close that valve and continue to pump it to get it to the top of the block there. So I'm going to keep pumping it, and eventually you'll hear the air coming out of it. It's pretty simple. And I think I just about got it. So that's it. Tighten it back up. Fuel filter is done. We are on to the next task.
Okay, now we're gonna take the hydraulic filter off here. So I actually had to go get another different oil filter from the neighbor. Just like that. Okay, hydraulic filter is good. So now we are just going to take off this oil filter, which I already got a little bit loose, and you know, makes a mess. As you can see, that is pretty black. Take off our oil cap here and let this drain the rest of the way. So oil cap, oil filter, oil drain plug. Alright, we're gonna change the fuel filter quick. Okay, we got a new air filter here. Sorry I said fuel filter, dude. But we're just gonna take this off. It's really easy. I mean, we're gonna take this off, replace that piece in here. These 500-hour services are relatively simple. And I think the only thing different with the 500-hour and the 1,000-hour kits are they sell the interior. There's an interior filter inside this air unit here. Boom. This comes out. New one goes in. And that's it. That's installing and replacing your air filter. So next we're just going to wait for the oil to drain and finish this oil change. Alright, so we finally drained all the oil. It took a little bit longer than I thought. That's why I think you're supposed to really run and get this oil warmed up and viscous to drain these things, because it does get very sludgy in diesel engines. So we're going to put our date on here, which we put this on. And then we are going to fill this up with oil, put it back on, tighten it, and then we are going to fill her up with oil. And that's about it. That's as simple as it is. I mean, 3 filters. Make sure you fill your filters always back up and to the brim. Make sure you get a little schmutz on them so that they seal well. You know, get them firmly hand tight and you're good to go. So let's get this one on. Make sure this puppy's back up and running. Hopefully this fixes our engine loss of power here, and we should be good to go. I'm assuming it's going to, with how disgustingly dirty that fuel filter is. Fill it up here and get this on. Never put one on sideways. Okay. Yeah, that would be excellent. Yeah, why not? I would much appreciate that. Awesome. So, are they looking at a weekly type thing, or just sweet?
As long as I think
that would be. I mean, that's like a huge.
they do. Look forward to it.
Yeah, then quickly adds up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think BJ's.
All right, now we're ready to add our oil, and that should be that. All right, there you have it, guys. The dipstick is now full. The oil is completely changed. We are just going to replace our oil cap here, and this service is complete. This is a Bobcat S175 500-hour service. We changed the hydraulic filter, the oil filter, and the fuel filter, as well as the air filter over here. So pretty simple. Same thing on a car. You're gonna take the filter off, throw the old one out, put some new oil, fresh oil in your new filter, put it on, fill your thing up with new oil. So check us out. Check out some of our other videos, more just farming-esque type stuff coming out. So, you know, I tried to video things that we're just doing throughout the day. A lot of times it's hard because you're greasy and dirty and trying to do 37 things at once. But, you know, we're trying to show a little bit of everything. So if there's videos that you specifically want to see, please make sure to give us a comment below. Let us know what part of a mushroom farm you're interested in learning more about. And we're just going to keep on pumping out some cool content for you. So hopefully this comes in useful, even if you're not a mushroom farmer. Grow mush more. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe, please. And we'll see you on the next one.